Firefighters have what looks like an impossible job trying to put out a massive fire while rebels fight nearby. The oil depot that's burning out of control is 10 kilometres from the Libyan capital, Tripoli. 6 million litres of fuel are stored there. There are fears it could cause a giant fireball, endangering lives and igniting gas stored nearby. The fire was started by stray rockets from rival militias. Rebels from the cities of Zintan and Misrata have been fighting each other for more than 2 weeks around Tripoli. It's some of the worst violence in 3 years when an armed revolt forced Muammar Gaddafi out of power. At the time, a United Nations-backed no-fly zone was set up with the help of Britain and France. Now the interim Libyan government wants international help, an air intervention to put out the fire. A former British ambassador to Libya says that's a tough ask.
If it's really the case that we could help to put out these oil fires, perhaps that's something the international community could be doing. I'm not entirely convinced that we'd be able to do it, but if we could, we should. But more important than that, I think that we should be going to the United Nations, going to the Security Council and trying to set up not an intervention, not a military intervention, but a mediation process.
Libya has already experienced a 20% drop in oil production because of the recent fighting. People are suffering both because of the lack of security and lack of oil.
People want to go out and shop, but they don't have one drop of petrol.
Libya is the world's third largest producer of oil, so how is it possible not to have oil?
Solving the issue of the fire and the fighting is inevitably tangled. Efforts to put out the blaze had to be stopped on Monday because of the ongoing violence. And the government is warning of a humanitarian and environmental disaster.